Okay, this is for a lot of beginners out there looking for a good coaxial four-channel RC heli to begin with. A lot of people start off with three-channel helicopters, and those controls will do you more harm than good because they don't actually handle like all the rest of the RC helis. But there's several different good coaxial ships, four-channel, out there to begin with. And the idea behind the four-channel coaxials is to teach you the basic flight skills and maneuvers and hovering and things like that, and orientation. And then people progress from there. Some people go on to fixed pitch right away. It's a matter of personal preference, but I happen to like the eSky Big Lama. It flies very nicely. It's very easy to learn on, and even now flying the 450, I find it relaxing, non-stressful flying when I fly this thing. But basically, it comes ready to fly, and it comes with the its own radio, four-channel radio, and it's very basic, very easy to use. The one thing about the coaxial helicopters, they talk a lot about blade strikes with the Big Llamas. In part 2, I'll go over more about the extended main shaft, which separates the two blades. But anyway you look at it, the coaxial helicopters, they're by design not to be flown like single rotor, fixed pitched, or collected pitched helicopters. I've seen a ton of videos about blade strikes, some of the experts out there talking about the blade strikes. Well, the helicopter is not made to fly the way those guys are trying to fly it. They're made for easy sport type flying, and made to be a trainer, really, to get you, to introduce you to RC helicopters. It just, you know, if you go in and try to fly this thing with very quick movements and try to steep banks and high-speed steep banks, you're going to get blade strikes. I don't care how long your extended shaft is, unless it's way up here, which would really look ridiculous then. But it's very easy to fly. It comes with about 3 or 4 different fuselages, different colors and styles that you can get with it. But it's you know, mine doesn't have the stock skids. These are super skids, and you can Google super skids, and they will, and you'll be able to find them. It sits a little bit higher than the normal skids, a little wider footprint on the bottom, which is great for when you're learning. And of course, when you start out, you should put a set of training gear on here so you're not tipping it over and destroying the blades left and right, which costs you a little money. But they're very stable, very easy to learn on. And like most coaxial helicopters, they are not made for the wind. I've got this one set up now where I can fly in a 3-mile-an-hour breeze, maybe 4, but that's the limit, and you have to be pretty proficient with the helicopter to do that. I could never do that in the beginning with this thing. So, like I say, they're a good trainer. In part 2, the fuselage and the blades will come off, and I'll go over more of the other insides in detail. In fact, you might be surprised when I pull the canopy off. But there, in a short video clip coming up, I did a post-maintenance flight after a funny episode with the motel next door. But and I did a check flight just to make sure there was no bent shaft or anything like that. But it's a very good basic helicopter to learn with for you beginners out there that are lurking and just reading posts and trying to gain information. Like I say, there's other great coaxials out there as well. But you got to keep in mind again on the blade strikes. These are made for leisure flying training, and they're not meant for aggressive, fast maneuvers, because if you do, you're going to get a blade strike. Like I said, it's going to happen. I see too many negative reviews on this because of the blade strikes, and that's because people are trying to fly them like collective pitch and single rotor fixed pitch helicopters, and by design and nature, they're not designed to do that. So in the next clip, you'll see a brief short flight and show you what the eSky Big Lama is like. And it's a great beginner's model. Very basic, inexpensive. You can get one ready to fly out of the box for anywhere from $100 to $129, sometimes even cheaper. You just have to check around on the prices. The parts are readily available in the United States out of Los Angeles and also back east. The parts are relatively inexpensive, and I'll go over some of the components and stuff in the next video. But this is the eSky Big Lama, an excellent 4-channel coaxial trainer to get you started in the world of RC helicopter flying. Like I say, the 3-channel helicopters, the controls are nowhere near what they are with this type of particular heli, and then when you move on up the ladder progression. So it's fun to start out with the 3 channels, but it's probably very important to move on to a 4-channel as soon as possible and get away from the 3-channel concept so you can start learning the basic skills, maneuvers, and things like that. So here's a little short clip on a short test flight I did after a little incident I had. And part 2, I'll remove the canopy and go into some of the different basic mods that you might want to do straight off the bat and get a little bit more detail into the helicopter. So part 2 will be coming up shortly. Thanks for watching.